Howdy, everybody.
Jin Fang had been a key figure in the shadowy world of illegal gambling, both as a bettor and as a bookmaker.
This week should be even better. I want to put 20,000 on the Dallas game.
That's 4 times what you did last week.
I know that, but I'm good for it, you know.
The informant claimed that on the day of his death, Mr. Fang had collected an eye-opening $25,000 in cash.
That 25,000? How do you know that?
It was an extremely promising lead. However, none of the information could be corroborated, and Sanders found himself back at square one. By the end of the class, each student had heard the baffling mix of evidence, leads, and rumors in the case of Jin Fang, and each student came back with a theory.
We do have some evidence that
My scenario of the thing was that somebody that on his route he had a bet with, he won the money from the person on the route. The person on the route was very ticked off that he lost the money, sent somebody out there to get the money back, and in the process killed him.
I think maybe somebody overheard something. It seems like maybe a crime of opportunity, or possibly it could have been planned and made to look like a robbery.
I think there may be a link with Mrs. Yee because we don't have as much information from her. So it looks to me like with them moving their arms and things around to kill him in the front, that she would have been able to identify something more about them.
I think what's real exciting for me with this class is it was a completely unique idea. It's never been tried anywhere to my knowledge, and it's actually become successful. We're finding that this class is actually coming up with ideas, with leads that are helping to facilitate the investigation.
The students were given a week to submit a written analysis. Some, like Nick Dalby, took their investigation to the streets. Another student, Kara Llewellyn, questioned a friend of hers who had lived in Chinatown for many years. Kara and Nick later went to police headquarters to try out their theories on Inspector Sanders.
I was thinking that this was more of an amateurish job. I sort of think it's some gang wannabes from new immigrants to the country. Doesn't seem to fit, to me, the traditional sort of signature, if you will, of the Chinese gangs in Chinatown. Well, what about your dad? I know
Kara's friend had told her about a different network of gangs that operated within the Chinese community.
I think the Vietnamese gangs are very different.
They're different?
Ethnic, yeah, they're ethnic Chinese, but they're more ruthless.
Kara learned that many Vietnamese immigrants are well-versed in Cantonese, and some of the newcomers might be eager to prove themselves to longtime gang members.
Hello, Chen Tai.
Hello, how are you?
We're okay.
Maybe some young wannabes thought this guy has money. They noticed that he has jewelry. He's kind of a high roller by the clothes that he wears, and that they thought he would be a good mark.
Give me 100 pounds.
100 pounds?
Yeah.
Nick, why don't you jump in?
Nick Dalby proposed a scenario that was totally at odds with Kara's.
I think Mr. Fang's assailants knew Mr. Fang, knew his routine.
But this week should be even better.
I think Mr. Fang, he was into gambling in a very high level. I think it was one of the fun things he liked to do. They overheard Mr. Fang either taking or making a large bet. They knew that he was going to collect a large sum of money. They expected that he had that money that day. And they were disappointed and surprised when they found out that there was nothing in the van. He didn't have it on him. And I don't think they killed Mr. Fang deliberately. When he started struggling, that's when they killed him.
So, Nick, you feel that the robbers expected to find more money than they actually found on Mr. Fang's person. Talking to Kara and Nick, and the other students too, is very stimulating. It caused me to think and rethink some ideas that I had entertained during the course of the last year that I've been working on this case.
So which scenario lies at the heart of Jin Fang's murder? Soon after briefing the students, Inspector Sanders was contacted by a second anonymous informant who argued that the murder was tied to illicit betting. Inspector Sanders believes the tip to be credible, but only time and further investigation will enable the police to close in on the elusive killers of Jin Fang. Next, an accident victim is searching for the two men who saved her life.
Hi, Colleen. Welcome to our class.
This is Colleen Frangioni. She is 41 years old, the mother of two grown sons. She has been paralyzed since 1978. Colleen is a very special woman with a very simple message.
Very simple. Buckle up. I didn't. It's my slogan, my motto.
Over the last 15 years, Colleen has spoken to more than 10,000 high school and junior high school students. Working in both Rhode Island and Florida, she has erected billboards and distributed pamphlets in a tireless one-woman crusade. Colleen Frangioni has earned high praise for her efforts from several citizens groups. But seatbelt safety is not her only mission. Colleen is also searching for two heroes, the men who saved her life. On the night she was paralyzed, they snatched her from a burning car and from certain death. Colleen herself remembers nothing. In 1978, Colleen was 26 years old, recently divorced, and struggling to support two young sons. On September 23rd of that year, Colleen drove home from a rare night out, dancing at the Naval Officers Club in Newport, Rhode Island. Just before 1 a.m., Colleen was turning onto Rogers Road. She came to a full stop, but tragically, a carload of teenagers behind her did not.
The hit of that second car just twisted me beyond the normal range. And that twist was so forceful that it broke two lower vertebrae and severed my spinal cord. And I'm glad I don't remember it.
Colleen lay unconscious as flames engulfed her car. Patty and Joe Trifero, who lived across the street, rushed to help.
No, the door's locked. The door's jammed, Joe. It won't open. Joe, it's stuck. I am. It's stuck.
I can't get this
We
one
gotta
open.
get her out.
The fire was spreading really fast. The whole back of the car was on fire. The back seat was on fire. And as we were trying to pull open the doors, they wouldn't open because of the crash. They were jammed. And I heard in the background, get a crowbar.
I glanced over to my right, and there were two men standing there. My wife and I ran to our garage to get a crowbar. The time while we were gone, I believe either one or both of those gentlemen pulled Colleen from the car and brought her up onto the sidewalk. They were the only two I felt that were physically able to have gotten her out of the car at that point.
By now, a third rescuer had appeared. She apparently took charge of the situation.
She's in shock. Guys, call 911 and get a blanket. Hurry. Okay.
When we returned, there was a woman there, must have had some type of nursing background, that said that she was in shock to get her feet up. And shortly after that, the entire car was in flames.
Amazing, no one else was seriously injured. But during the intense effort to put out the fire, both of the men who had pulled Colleen to safety
I'm more listening
vanished.
to it there and everything else. It's Unsolved Mysteries. I'm more listening to it than watching it. Something that I'm always, if I'm working on a project, or if I'm cross-stitching or anything and I just glance up now and then, I do that, so so if I'm working on something like this puzzle, just listening to it. We can't really sit here in silence, can we? No. Yeah. Hey, Rocket. I'm a little bit out of sorts today. So yes, this is a mystery try again. This is what's called a mystery puzzle. I have no picture. There's no instructions or anything like that. Because, let me move these out of the way. I managed to do the bottom and the sky area. I hate the skies. I hate doing sky work. It came in this box. This was, yes, this was supposed to, we thought that it was this. Hey, Ruthann. Right. And we found 4 different separate puzzle pieces. Puzzle bags. This is the first one. And they all must be 1,000-piece puzzles. Yeah, Gary picked it up as a mystery, so that's why I'm calling it a mystery puzzle, because I don't know what it is. How are you guys doing anyway? So, today I am just going to sort out the colours. This one's for the building pieces. That's the sky. There's a yellow bits on this side. And that's just random. With all green bits. I'm guessing that's just like the bottom bit. So, yeah. That's the plan.
For 10 days, Colleen hovered between life and death. She awoke to the terrifying reality that she was paralyzed from the waist down.
Once I had to deal with not being able to walk, I was hurt. It was like I was heartbroken. That was my first feeling inside, you know. And then it went from that to how am I going to do everything that I never even thought about. Sitting up, putting a shoe on, getting dressed.
But Colleen's spirit was indomitable. She was discharged from the hospital after 4 months. Colleen went on to raise her 2 sons as a single parent, and in 1985 she married again. Yet not a day goes by that Colleen doesn't think about the accident and the 2 men who saved her life.
Yeah. That's the bottom bit.
How lucky, only to be
The side, and then you got. I haven't finished this bit yet, so I'm just pottering away at it. But the frame is nearly done. So it looks to me it might be a 1,000-piece puzzle.
So, even if you could just give me a call, I would really appreciate it.
When Colleen's appeal aired, luck was with her. Both men called her phone center. Their names are Ray Myers and Mike Kane. Though they both lived in the Providence, Rhode Island area, they had seen each other only once in the aftermath of Colleen's accident. Colleen was thrilled to
I don't
know
know.
rescuers
I don't
had
know.
been
We'll
found
see.
after more than 15
There's obviously some kind of building. I haven't got a clue, so I'm just picking out the building bits.
From one of them and gave me his number because, of course, they didn't want to give out my number. So I called him, I said who I was, and it was just so nice. In fact, we talked so long that night, my husband fell asleep. We were in bed, and my husband fell sound asleep while him and I were just talking about, he was telling me things that I had no idea.
On December 27th, 1993, Colleen finally was able to meet her heroes in person. Ray Myers was the first to arrive.
I was in shock. Couldn't believe it was me, I mean, I knew it was me, but it's like, it's incredible. That's how I feel about this whole thing. I think it's incredible.
Half an hour later, it was Mike Kane's turn.
Mike? Oh, gosh, how nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Oh, gosh. I tried to imagine what you look like, and I can't do that when I don't know you in person.
I was surprised, why 15 years later, why, why? But when she said she wanted to thank the people, and after I spoke to her on the phone, it was like, this lady's really sincere, and that's what she wanted to thank us.
I feel the whole circle, it's all complete. All the pieces of the puzzle are all put together now. And it's a really
Afternoon.
exciting time.
Did you get the frame built?
That's,
Hi Ray-Ban,
to me,
hi Kim,
in fact,
hi
how many times
Rocky.
have I said in the last 2 weeks, how many people get to meet their
Okay,
guardian
kitty cat.
angels, and this is how I feel.
When we return, a police officer's painful search for answers in the murder of his own 7-year-old son. Thursday, January 12th, 1984. Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Oh!
It was a rare midweek holiday.
You let me out today.
Gary Grant Jr. There was no school because of a teachers' conference. Gary lived with his mother, May. She and
You know what he
Gary's father,
said earlier on?
police detective, were separated for nearly a year.
And after breakfast, are you going to go out and play with your friends?
I'll let him explain.
Why not? I have an appointment this afternoon at 2:30. Wow, sounds important. What kind of appointment is it? Nothing, just an appointment. Who's this appointment with?
I was asking him with who, and he said it was a secret. So I thought, it's silly. He's a little boy. Something to do maybe with his little girlfriend around the corner or something. So I kind of left it at that. And he wanted to go out and play, so he got dressed and he went out to play.
Around noon, Gary left home. He said he would be back by 4 p.m., before it got dark.
It got to be like 4:30, and he still hadn't showed up for dinner, and he liked his dinner. He never missed. And he still hadn't showed up, so I started getting worried. And I went down to where 2 girls that Gary played with, that were friends of his, and asked them if they had seen Gary.
No, I'm just looking for Gary. Well, he was here in the afternoon, but he left around 4:30 to go home. Oh, okay, well, if you see him, will you please tell Gary to come home? Okay, Mrs. Grant, I'll tell him. Thanks. Bye.
When another 2 hours passed with no sign of Gary, May telephoned her husband.
I searched until well after midnight, probably around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I walked around. As a matter of fact, I I called out from work that night. I was due to go into work at midnight, and I called my sergeant and advised him that I wouldn't be coming in.
By the next morning, Friday, the Atlantic City Police Department was engaged in an all-out search. Regulations prevented Detective Grant from taking part in the official investigation. But
What's the matter?
He was unwilling to stand by and do
We always have intellectual conversations.
I started searching every possible
Yeah.
place I could think of. I started searching abandoned houses. I started searching underneath the board.
With me on the confusion side.
Questioning people.
And with me on the confusion side.
What? Hello.
There was
Oh, Gallagher. I remember that game. I miss his Pac-Man.
On Friday.
Don't change the subject.
What?
So I'm thinking, well, that he's still somewhere around.
Shit.
I was watching Lion King.
She was watching a Lion King and I called her a racist.
I started then looking up in alleyways and trash
What?
cans and dumpsters.
Because there's no tigers in the bloody film, that's why. What stupid freaking thing is that?
There's no fucking tigers in it, though, is there?
Yes, there was.
Fucking racist Disney.
Of Gary Grant Jr. was found in a vacant, weed-infested lot, less than 2 blocks from his home.
I don't care, I was enjoying the film.
There's no fucking tigers in it, so it's racist.
See?
The police immediately imposed a radio silence until the boy's family could be the
Damn right.
Why? It's a kid's film.
Fucking propaganda, that's what that is.
You don't see freaking. You see freaking cats in freaking Lady and the Tramp.
That's another racist one. Thanks for bringing that up.
You know.
Oh, I'll pull them all apart, mate. Yeah, damn right. Yeah, there's no squirrels in it either.
Oh dear.
I need Google for this.
In my mind, I knew that they. I mean, why would they lie to me about something like that? But at the same time, being a father, you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe that your kid is lying back there somewhere, and he's never going to get up again.
When they told me that Gary was dead, I just went totally numb, my whole body. I didn't want to believe it.
Oh my God, look.
Why would someone would do that to us?
Squirrels do live in Africa.
Any 7-year-old would.
In your face.
Why are you bloody shoving it in my face for?
The investigation began like all others, with detectives tracing the victim's
That's another one as well, fucking Pocahontas. No polar bears in it.
Oh, because it was in it.
And the Little Mermaid.
She was living underwater.
Yeah. Polar bear could have looked down at her, seeing her tits.
Am I hearing correctly? I think the song got to him too much. Yeah, I think the song has got to him. Nutter.
Look, that's all building.
Yeah, I know. I'm just getting all the blues as well.
That's building. I'm gonna get rid of all the blues. Yeah. Oh, I'm in that. What?
Oh, there were other animals in that movie.
Blue, nice. My favourite colour. Yeah.
Well, you got two different. I think you
It's
got
the
three
sky.
different shades of blue.
It's the sky.
It's the damn sky.
Thunderstorms possible after 9:30.
It said 6:30 then.
No, it says 21:30.
Make up their bleeding mind.
You want some dinner? Let's get you some dinner.
I don't like the night ones. Purple is purple and red are my most favourite colours ever. They're my best colours. Any shade of purple and any shade of red. Even she doesn't know what to do with herself because it's too hot for her. Well, it took me a long time for the other one to put together. I don't know. It might be a week or two. I don't know. Normally it takes a week or two, maybe 3. But the other one took a really long time because it was an oil colour painting style, and I wasn't familiar with it. With the oil paints.
How long do you think it's going to take you to put that puzzle together? About 3 years.
Gary, stop being exaggerating. Usually 3 to
4 years.
Do you want a slap? Behave. 3 to 4 weeks.
Won't take that long, that one.
No, this one won't.
'Cause the other one was an oil painting, that's why it was so difficult. Everything was blurred.
And I wasn't familiar with the colour work.
Once you sorted this lot out. I bought a load of Sharpie pens today, didn't I?
And I know where to get my
I bought
2
a
weeks
builder's,
is good.
I bought myself a builder's bucket.
Together straight
I've got
2 weeks. You haven't breaked in. Yeah, the only time I do the puzzle is when I'm live, or sometimes just after.
Plus there's no picture for this puzzle, so we don't even know what it is.
Exactly.
We have no idea what these jigsaws are. There was 4 in a box. What I bought.
Like you didn't know what they were.
Yeah, there's no...
There's no pictures, there's no instructions.
There's no pictures, they're just in bags like that. So we don't know what the jigsaws are, but by the looks of them, they're 1,000 piece.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's
what I
4 of
thought.
them. So we've got no idea what it is.
What
That's why I
any of
said,
them
the next one what we do, we're going to run a competition, and as it's being built, the first person to guess what it is will win a ticket.
Sounds like an exciting thing.
Because we've got no idea what this one is.
Nope.
Because there's no pictures with them.
I just have a funny feeling it's like a church building or something.
No, I think it's going to be a park.
But we'll see. Yeah, so he got 4 puzzles for the price of £2.
Hey, kitty.
Yellow, blue.
Yeah, so we just don't know what this stuff is. So it could be a park, it could be a graveyard. I haven't got,
Could be anything.
could be anything. No, my nose. Wish my nose had stopped running. Yeah? Ready dinner? Good girl. You had a drink? Had a drink? Hey, yeah. When you finish the puzzle, do you frame them and hang? Nope.
No, we take them back.
We put them back in the box, and we take them back to the animal charity shop so they can resell them, so they'll get the money back again.
Yeah. So basically, we buy them, do them up, and then send them back. Basically.
Yeah, take them back so they can resell them, so somebody else can enjoy doing them. Oh, he's a good girl. Oh, you're swearing at me. Look how big that spider is. That's a monster. There's two of them up there. What's the matter? Row, 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 row. Oh, come on then. You're in a bad mood. Don't even think about it. Oh, you vicious git.
Smudging!
That's me told. Oh, she's vicious, that cat is.
She can be when she wants to be.
Have you calmed down now? About for gifts.
Oh, that was nice. I'll do alright.
Yeah, we just don't.
Our,
Plus, I'm still in the middle of decorating.
yeah, we would do, but
Stuck on everything, can I?
yeah.
I'm stuck on everything at
But
the minute.
but not only that, we used to do puzzles with at the community place where his dad used to live.
Yeah, they had like a community room where all the apartments could go and sit and
Yeah, so
you know, chat together and that.
have a Sunday dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were doing puzzles too. They framed them, those ones.
Yeah, and they
what
used to put
did.
them on the walls.
But yeah, that's how we got into them. When we used to go over and visit his dad, and that. It was good fun. We made good friends too.
Yeah. Hey, kitty. Well, yeah.
What? She's like, what?
She's hot. That's what's up with her.
Yeah.
Have you been in my new bucket?
She tried.
Well, I've got everything. I just need to buy a new brick bolster now. Get one of them bought.
No, we need to. Well, there is a few pointings that we need to do anyway,
Oh
don't we?
no, I've got loads. There's loads of cement work what I've got to do. But ours isn't important.
No.
Next door's in. I've got to get theirs finished. Because I promised to get it done for them, so I'm doing it. So the porch roof needs pointing. Because the cement's falling out of the eaves, and all the paving needs repointing in parts, doesn't it?
Mhm.
And the stones, the capping stones, some of them have come loose, haven't they?
Yep.
So I've got to take them off and relay them.
And he used to be a builder too. as well as a chef. Okay, Rocket. It keeps...
Is it finished? I thought you were going to punch me in the knackers then.
I was tempted.
Kitty, kitty. Oh, you're hot. Well, you're going to get hotter because you lay in the sun, you tool. Go and have a drink.
Just leave her be.
I will.
She'll soon move when she gets hot.
She got cold meat.
Yes, until tomorrow. I'll go get some tomorrow.
Oh, I've got ham out anyway.
All right, okay.
Got some of that freshly cooked ham out. So. you can have some of
Yes, yes, well, you won't see me very much, but I'll hopefully see you in my live again soon.
that. Take care, Kim.
And you know what I'm gonna do? Dun-did-did-did-did. There you go, Kim. You're back in blue.
Oh, my nose. I'm supposed to be finishing off that computer. And it's like, do I bother today? I've got to finish the downloads. But I'm waiting for that part. I need that part. I needed that part today. That's what I wanted. And get it all done, tied up. I'm going to have to freeze all this bread soon and all. That's why I've not cooked the cabbage or anything today, because of the heat. It's just going to make the house even hotter. So I've just left it.
Until tomorrow.
Yeah. So do
Sweetheart cabbage.
Sweetheart cabbage, chicken Kievs, cauliflower cheese crisp bakes, cheese and onion crisp bakes.
Bit of a mix up.
Yeah, I've got some mash as well.
I've been putting all the yellow ones in there as well. In separate.
Building, where does that go? Oh my god.
Sky. Building.
Is that how much building stuff there is?
Yep.
The hell is it then?
No idea. Random. I'm guessing that's grass and flowers and whatnot. Yellow and orange stuff. You know. Yeah. Anything with a building on and blue goes in the blue pot. Not blue pot, I mean the building pot. Oh boy. We gotta listen.
Short length of heavy pipe, probably.
He's still somewhere around on the streets. I searched and
I was asking him with who, and he said it was a secret. So I thought, it's silly. He's a little boy. Something to do maybe with his old girlfriend around the corner or something. So I kind of left it at that. And he wanted to go out and play, so he got dressed and he went out to play.
Around noon, Gary left home. He said he would be back by 4 p.m., before it got dark.
It got to be like 4:30, and he still hadn't showed up for dinner, and he liked his dinner. He never missed. And he still hadn't showed up, so I started getting worried. And I went down to where two girls that Gary played with They were friends of his, and asked them if they had seen Gary.
Well, I'm just looking for Gary. Well, he was here in the afternoon, but he left around 4:30 to go home. Oh. Okay, well, if you see him, will you please tell Gary to come home? Okay, Mrs. Grant, I'll tell him.
Thanks.
Bye.
When another 2 hours passed with no sign of Gary, May telephoned her husband.
I searched until well after midnight, probably around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I walked around. As a matter of fact, I called out from work that night. I was due to go into work at midnight, and I called my sergeant and advised him that I wouldn't be coming in.
By the next morning, Friday, the Atlantic City Police Department was engaged in an all-out search. Regulations prevented Detective Grant from taking part in the official investigation, but as a father, he was unwilling to stand by and do nothing.
I started searching every possible place I could think of. I started searching abandoned houses. I started searching underneath the boardwalk. I started searching arcades and questioning people who were working in the arcades.
Officer Gary Grant, have you seen this boy's been missing? Take a good look, please.
There was a couple people that worked in one of the arcades who said
Welcome
that
back,
they had seen
Rocket.
him on Friday, early on Friday. So I'm thinking, well, that he's still somewhere around on the streets. By Friday night, it started getting dark again, and still no signs or no word of Gary. I started then looking up in alleyways and trash cans and dumpsters. The streets can be pretty mean now, for an adult, let alone for a 7-year-old child. And by that time, I was fearing the worst.
At 3:30 the next afternoon, the body of Gary Grant Jr. was found in a vacant, weed-infested lot, less than 2 blocks from his home. He had been bludgeoned to death. Nearby lay a short length of heavy pipe, probably the murder weapon. The police immediately imposed a radio silence until the boy's family could be notified.
Did you win on Wizards?
At virtually that same moment, Detective Grant, exhausted and on the verge of collapse, happened upon the scene.
So I really didn't know what was going on, but I got a knot in my stomach, and something just told me that it's a very good possibility that they found Gary.
Sergeant's happening. Hey, Gary, did you get a radio call? No, I saw the patrol cars wanted to see what's happening. When'd you find out? You don't want to know. I'm driving around for 3 days. No sleep. Looking for my son.
We should cancel the live session this morning. Have to do some work. Oh dear.
I want to see my son right away.
I didn't want to believe that it was him. In my mind, I knew that they. I mean, why would they lie to me about something like that? But at the same time, being a father, you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe that your kid is lying back there somewhere, and he's never going to get up again.
When they told me that Gary was dead, I just went totally numb, my whole body. I didn't want to believe it. I just can't imagine why someone would do that to a 7-year-old boy. Any 7-year-old boy.
The investigation began like all others, with detectives tracing the victim's final hours and talking to those who knew him best.
Do you know Gary Grant?
Sure, he lived around here, over in Arctic.
When was the last time you saw him?
A couple days ago.
That would be Thursday. Where was that?
He was down by the junior high.
Don't mind
Who
me.
was he with?
He was with Boo.
Would that be Boo Mason?
You come
Carl
back to
Mason,
Wizards.
nicknamed Boo, was a mildly retarded 12-year-old
right,
with
dude.
an IQ of 65. Though Boo was
Right,
5
dude.
years
I've
older
been
than
in,
Gary,
I've been in
he was
other people's
smaller in
lives
height
all
and
day.
weight. The 2 boys were good friends and often played
No, I
together.
go in the live every day, don't I?
We're with the Atlantic City Police
Cool.
Department.
I don't say where I'm going.
Me
Who
neither.
is Gary Grant?
I'm not told a single person.
When did you last see him?
The only person who knows is you, because you've seen me scream.
You know where I go.
And it ain't trucking channel.
No. You know where I go too.
You didn't see him on Thursday.
His own getaway place now.
Yep. Nobody knows about.
Okay, kid, thanks. Boo said he hadn't been with Gary. But detectives canvassing the neighborhood kept coming back with stories that he had in fact
part
been
of the
with
building.
Gary. So they didn't know what to do. There was this conflict. Boo seemed like such a harmless character. He was
Yeah, I'll have to look him up and add him back again.
edgicably retarded. He was known as a scaredy cat in the neighborhood. But they just
A lot of
couldn't
them now
understand
have just stopped going in. The big uns and stuff. Because it's just the same old same.
Carl Mason is now 21 years old.
No.
Well, I seen Gary
A lot of them. I turned notifications off before for time to scratch. Because it's just the same every time.
I remember. Then later on that night they came back and they took me.
Still subbed, but don't get notifications now.
Saturday, Boo, accompanied by his grandmother, was driven to police headquarters.
I'm not sure you, Babon.
Once
Are they?
Boo was separated from his grandmother and led into
Are
a
they?
small room.
Oh, the name, yeah, and the kid's
see?
name's Gary.
I bet he's a little bastard.
He's dead!
Oh, right. Well, that's not good, is it?
His father is Gary Senior or Junior or whatever. She's Gary Junior and the kid.
in questioning Boo,
Oh dear.
his stories were inconsistent, and detectives were asking around.
How was I supposed to know?
Hey ho.
Being with the victim at the crime scene, and that he in fact hit him with the pipe.
I hit him in the leg, but he threw a rock at me.
What is this anyway?
Mysteries. Unsolved mysteries.
I didn't see him on Thursday.
And what did you do after you hit him?
Well, once he fell, then didn't get up, so I just left.
Gary's just being Gary.
Telling police what they felt
Mm-hmm.
were details that only the killer could have known, and that sort of got everything in the high gear.
That bloke in that shop trying to say, hey, make sure you have a good evening and everything. He couldn't even get the words out.
Know what happened to him? They
It's just
found
like,
the
what
body.
the fuck?
That day they were like, they found the weapon and they was all different stories what happened to him. I guess. No, I was just saying.
Your grandma, man. It'll just be another minute.
After 3 grueling hours, police believed they had an admission of guilt.
What we did is have your confession typed up. We need you to read it and sign it. With you and your grandma.
A confession was drawn up based on the interrogation. Boo signed the document, even as he was insisting he had not murdered his friend.
Have you told us the truth now?
It's obviously that's all the fencing what goes round.
Yeah, well, they put it in there.
Boo Mason was
You just put it
charged
all
with
in
murder
there.
and remanded to a juvenile detention center.
Hello?
I was not with.
Why are you throwing it in there?
The day when
Because
he was
it's
missing.
random.
And I did not have anything to do with
I know what I'm doing.
The one cop said that if you admit that you did it, we'll let
Okay.
you come in. So me at the age of 12, I was so tired. I said, if you say so, but I didn't. And then the next thing I know, I wound up in a home.
Do you live in Atlantic City?
Let's start getting them other puzzles in.
On Sunday, January 15th, Boo was
Huh?
given a
The
polygraph
3D ones.
exam. The results were inconclusive. 3 days later, a second test was administered.
We can start getting the 3D puzzles in.
In both the first and second lie detector tests, it was determined that Boo had answered truthfully when he said that he did not kill Gary Grant.
Did you see Gary Grant get killed?
No.
There was some doubt as to whether he had been at the scene, however.
Now told the entire truth about Gary Grant's murder.
Yes.
I feel that he very easily could have been intimidated by the person who did it, or who was there when it was done, could have told him that, hey, if you say anything to anybody, you're next.
I have completed 3.5 days of testimony.
A month after Boo Mason was
There's
arrested,
got to be something
hearing
immense.
was held to
The
determine
building.
whether his confession
There's
was
so many
admissible
building
in court.
parts.
This court cannot find beyond a reasonable doubt that any of the statements made by the juvenile were voluntary statements.
The charges against
Hey, well, at least we found out where to get them mops from.
came up with another viable suspect.
Them are exactly the same mops what I was after, but they were £38. Well, I wonder, I don't know how much they are
At
there.
approximately 3 a.m. on January 4th, 1986, a vandal painted a chilling message on the side of an Atlantic City patrol car. Gary Grant's dead.
And a proper stainless steel mop bucket as well, one.
Died on the 1/12/86 if all goes right. January 12th would have been the second anniversary of Gary Grant's murder.
I was called via police radio to come over there and take a look at the car. And I did, and
Good thing with them mops, you can just throw them in the washing machine.
it appeared to me that it was written on there by an adult. However, as far as ever finding out who did that, we've never found that out.
A few weeks later, a second cryptic message was splashed on a sidewalk. Gary Grant Jr. lives. I still killed him. Son of a pig officer. Payback is a MF. This second message led to speculation that Gary had been murdered as retribution, possibly for an arrest his father had made.
I thought today was going to be alright. When I saw it was like 25 degrees. And then it's like, nah. And then the sun comes out and it's 27, 28.
I'm going to get even with you for this.
Oh, I'm just glad it drops tomorrow by 10
9 years
degrees.
since Gary Grant Jr. was murdered. His father is still looking for information, still passing out flyers, and still barred from officially working on the case.
Somebody knows something.
Yep.
There's no doubt in my mind.
They're doing Wheel of Fortune later.
Not possible something
Yep.
like that could
Oh, right.
without
Cool.
somebody seeing or hearing
Should
something.
have made some new ones of them.
In the last 9 years, somebody
Then again,
saying
it's been ages since you played that.
somebody about it.
Exactly.
So next couple of days. Well, I'm just glad it's ending. We only had 3 days of it. Because the house is south facing. It's just like it gets so frigging hot, this house.
That's why I end up moving downstairs.
Yeah.
Not to sleep, but just to, you know.
Yeah. It's a lot cooler down here.
Morro Bay, California.
That's why I'm thinking when I redo the floors down here, I'm not putting carpet down.
On the surface, a picture
I'm
postcard
just
seaside
going to
fishing.
leave it as is.
Peel back a layer of it, and a quirky
Not
cast of
obviously
characters
rip
emerge.
this one up and put new down.
So does a murder
Hey?
mystery.
Yeah.
Fishing is Morro Bay's main industry.
Couple of
In the
days.
70s and 80s, work was irregular
Yeah.
at best.
Yeah.
That suited Hugh Harlan just fine.
At least when he had my pond filled up, I could jump in that.
You thought you should work for the sheer joy of working, if and when the spirit moved you.
Should get a new liner for that and fix it.
There were a number of times
Hey?
that
Yeah,
he would
sounds
stop
good.
by our business, and we'd be
There's some
unloading
carp in
fish,
there
and
again.
we'd have been at it for quite a while, and he'd roll up his sleeves and pitch in. And 6 or 7 to 10 hours later, when we
There
were finally
again.
done, Hugh would take
Buying
me
everything again.
He wasn't just a weirdo. He'd been weird at times.
What do you think of them tiles what I showed you?
You're awesome.
Hugh Harlan's
Victorian
high-minded
tiles.
notions about work and money were all
Yeah.
well and good, but he hit a roadblock.
Give it
when it came to his
overall,
wife, Diane.
you know.
Diane Harlan was generous to a fault. She scored
35 Celsius on Monday with 46 humidity.
on her
You
dog.
can keep it.
Yeah. Screw that.
Led to more than one
That's what's
bitter
bad here at the minute, the humidity.
Mm.
I don't even know what it is. I've got it on me fucking wet.
They weren't getting along very well, and Diane would do bizarre things, including opening a can of dog food and serving it to Hugh for dinner.
Lisa, Jimmy, the dogs. I can't support the entire county.
You want dinner or not? It's as simple as that, okay?
Don't walk away.
Hey, don't you touch me.
Rumor had it that Diane not only served dog food in the can, but that once she even baked it into a casserole for her unsuspecting husband.
Upstairs it's
It seemed Diane cared more for her
27.1. That's with all the windows open, front and back.
As the dog lady.
And the humidity's 53%. Crap.
October 13th, 1982.
I hate summer, but I love winter.
I don't like
I love
summer
autumn and winter and
at all.
spring now. I just hate summer.
Yeah, I used to love summer, but not anymore.
The victim had been strangled with a dog leash.
Right now,
The investigators immediately put out a
with
news
having
media
hot
release
flashes in
with a
this heat,
description asking for the public's assistance in identifying this individual.
You have to get some more cat food. She's down to 4 boxes.
In the evening, the department was contacted by Hugh Harlan.
Hate the extreme. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mind summer myself, but when it gets stupid hot.
if it's around the temperature like 20, 19, 20,
23. That's
23,
alright.
that's fine. That's comfortable. But when it's beyond that, you know, up to 27, 28, maybe 30, it.
And he identified that jewelry as belonging to his wife Diane.
Yeah, that silver one was hers. That was hers for sure.
I absolutely love the winter.
When was the last time you saw Diane, Hugh?
I hope it snows a lot again
Diane had been away from home for
this
12
year.
days. He said he wasn't worried until he heard about the body.
Came home about 7 o'clock. She wasn't home.
Why'd you wait almost 2 weeks to report her missing?
Didn't seem unusual to me for her not to come home. She'd done her
That's what I
case.
always used to do me head in though, with mum and dad. Oh, it's red hot, have a cup of tea. And it's like, I'm sweating me bollocks off. Why am I going to drink a hot cup of tea? It cools you down. Like fuck it does.
Our parents tell us freaking gibberish.
What's this, Hugh?
It is supposed to cool you down.
Found this tied around Diane's neck. Looks like a dog leash, doesn't it?
That's right. Dogs came home. They didn't have their leashes.
See, if you're born in a country where you're used to the heat, that's fair enough. You're just used to it. So like here, it changes so much throughout the year. I suppose the same in Canada. You know, it changes that much.
Suspect you? Yeah. Did you kill her? You know, I know she's bizarre, and I know she tried to push your buttons. Did you do it? And I knew when he answered that question, he was telling the truth. That he didn't do it. He said he didn't do it.
Diane Harlan was 43 years old when she was murdered.
You know how big
No
that spider
charges
is?
against Hugh or anyone else were ever filed. To this
I
day,
noticed
the
that.
case remains unsolved.
Looks like a fucking tarantula.
4 years passed.
On that one.
Hugh Harlan's life went on much as it had before Diane's death, until November 1st, 1986.
Bigger. I don't think they get that big.
That day, Hugh
Really?
went to a friend's house to
Alright.
borrow some
That's
tools
Dave
for
number
a
4.
construction job.
There's another one there.
There's 3.
Yeah. I'll leave them be. Notice you've not had a single fly in the house.
Yeah.
27 miles north of Morro Bay.
Iced tea is better. Oh, I tried that. I don't mind Lipton's lemon tea. I like that.
But soon the mystery would take yet another twist. Near the
I don't mind that. But iced tea. Yeah. I tried that raspberry one, didn't it? It was fucking horrible.
Hugh's truck was setting off the side of the road and had been for
But yeah, Lipton's lemon tea. I don't mind lemon tea.
Steve Matthew and a friend, Eddie Grimes, drove to Cambria to check out Hugh's abandoned truck.
I got curious as to what was going on. I took a look inside. I saw Hugh's glasses on the dash. I saw a couple of tins on the dash. One with tobacco and one
I'm
with
very scared of spiders.
ragweed
Yeah.
that he smoked regularly.
Yep.
All of these things
Thing is,
But the garden ones, they run away from me.
But it's saying the spiders here can't hurt you. False widows can, but,
The mystery
you know.
did not end there. Before Steve and Eddie left to look for Hugh, Steve walked over to make a pit stop at the edge of the woods.
Hey, Eddie. Here's the keys.
Well, that was a bit silly sitting in the window, wasn't it, Cat? Now you're red hot.
I decided that there were just too many elements involved here to be
I told
a straight
you.
up situation.
Yeah, she's scared of spiders.
What could have happened to Hugh Harlan?
Yeah, I'm not so keen on them in the house, but
Did he simply decide to disappear?
when they're outside, they just run from me. I'm like, okay. I've seen really weird ones when I'm working
One, he simply
on a garden.
staged his disappearance. He knows he had been at one time questioned regarding the
Leave him
homicide
alone.
of his wife.
Leave him alone.
I totally believe that he was smart enough and crafty enough to engineer his own disappearance, and just in exactly this manner.
The thing is, you know, you can't get bit by a spider,
The
but
thing that I've never been able to decide if
I didn't think, you know, the millipedes here would bite you
or if there was some foul play here.
until I picked one up in that other house.
Disappear?
And I was like, oh, look at that, and it bit me.
Left his truck with somebody he wanted to have it.
Uh,
He wouldn't have left it
It's
by the
fucking
side.
hurt and all that did.
Indeed, why would Hugh Harlan want to disappear? After 4 years, police no longer considered him a suspect in his wife's murder. Authorities now fear that Hugh might have had a deadly encounter with the same person or persons who killed Diane.
Hugh Harlan knew, I believe, and I think the investigators at the time knew
Yeah,
more
stuff here, what can hurt you?
about
The only poisonous
case
snake
than
we've got
he
is the
was
adder.
telling them. And my concern is possibly he was harmed by some individual who may very well have harmed Diane Harlan.
The case of Diane and Hugh Harlan is multi-layered. Mystery on top of mystery. Disappearance on top of death. Years after the fact, people around Morro Bay still talk about Diane's murder and Hugh's disappearance as if they happened only yesterday.
I think cows kill more people here than anything.
Lies in finding Hugh Harlan.
My mum was afraid of them. No,
Yeah.
she was absolutely petrified of them.
In 1986, Hugh was
She dreamt that she wanted like a farm, farmhouse.
He is 5 feet 6
And she
inches
said,
tall.
I don't want any cows. No, sorry, Bob. No, no, no. You will get me in the freaking field with them. I said, they can't harm you.
Next week, Unsolved Mysteries. The controversial story of 2 American servicemen.
She was so adamant.
Army Sergeants Billy Ray Hart and Mike Conrad were the best of friends. Both wanted to spend the rest of their lives in the military. But in 1992, just 6 weeks apart,
No matter where we are.
both found hung to death. The Army ruled that 2 men had committed suicide, but their families are convinced they were murdered. Join me next time for this intriguing case and more Unsolved Mysteries.
Excuse me. The end. The beginning.
This program is about unsolved mysteries. Whenever possible, the actual family members and
Okay,
police
kitty.
officers have participated in recreating the events. What you're about to
Down
see
the floor,
is not
it's cold.
this broadcast.
30-year-old Army Staff Sergeant Billy Ray Harlan wanted to spend his life in the military. But in February of 1992, Hargrove was found dead, hung by the neck in his own backyard. Incredibly, just 6 weeks later, Hargrove's best friend, Sergeant Mike Carmichael, was also found dead, hung from a barracks locker. What happened to Billy Ray Hargrove and Mike Carmichael? Congress is currently looking into these deaths and several other cases where American servicemen have died under questionable circumstances. In each case, the military has ruled suicide or accidents, with some family members and friends crying murder, perhaps not without reason. Join us for this intriguing investigation and more on Unsolved Mysteries.
We'll see what it is. A mystery puzzle. Exactly. Good combination.
Found itself in the midst of an urban crisis. First, the city was deluged by more than 120,000 refugees from Cuba. Among them were 30,000 hardcore criminals. Simultaneously, racial tensions were polarizing the populace, and in the summer of 1980, 6 days of rioting convulsed the city. In response, Miami doubled the size of its police force between 1980 and 1983.
At least some of the at least
According to some, a handful of questionable applicants slipped through the screening process. Soon Miami had yet
most of the puzzle pieces are not like the ones before.
It began almost quietly. The early abuses were minor shakedowns, and the targets small-time drug dealers.
A number of the early rip-offs were simple car stops where the police officers would see small amounts of drugs and money and would proceed to take those drugs and money, believing that the people who they were stopping weren't going to report those incidents to the police department.
They felt that they were invincible as long as they stood together. As long as no one talked, it was their word against common thugs on the street. So these police officers succumbed to greed, and they would go out and say they were not harming law-abiding citizens. And that's how they rationalized and justified a lot of their crimes that they committed.
One of the most notorious of the rogue officers was Armando Garcia. In high school, he was associated with a group of drug users, ties he had been able to hide when he joined the police force. Garcia was not content with nickel and dime shakedowns. He grew bold enough to confiscate literally boatloads of drugs in bogus police operations that were totally off the record, raids which eventually escalated into violence. In July of 1985, Garcia learned that some 400 kilos of pure cocaine would soon arrive in Miami. He had allegedly intercepted a similar shipment 2 weeks before. It seemed as easy as taking candy from a baby. But this time, Garcia's plans went sour.
6 of the dopers jumped in the water to escape the police officer, thinking it was an official raid. 3 of them drowned. The officers left with 400 kilos of cocaine. Metro-Dade Police Department began the investigation immediately after the 3 bodies were found, and they thought it was a routine homicide.
I need you to tell me exactly what it was you saw.
Sure, I saw police cars come into the yard.
How many?
There were 3 of them.
What department?
The City of Miami Police Department.
Detectives were stunned when a harbor security guard said the 3 men had drowned while fleeing a police raid. Official police logs had no record of such a raid. Further investigation blew the lid off Armando Garcia's secret life. Ultimately, he and 34 other Miami police officers were arrested on corruption charges.
Tenemos otro remedio. We have no choice. Hay que eliminarlos. We must eliminate our problem.
While in prison, Garcia and several other officers allegedly hatched a secret plot to kill a number of the witnesses scheduled to testify against them. In January of 1986, after 4 months in jail, Garcia and several associates made bail. According to investigators, they lost no time putting their murder plans into action.
Well, I know one thing. I don't like Windows 11.
They supplied $50,000 to one hitman for that.
Well, we're all have to gonna go on them at some point.
Not a sort out unused Windows 10 LTSC, Windows Enterprise, because that's got security updates until 2032.
The corruption case against Garcia and his co-defendants ended in a mistrial. By then,
Commercial use only.
the assassination
Bullshit.
plots had come to light. The former officers were indicted on a second set of charges, including conspiracy to commit murder.
Several of the officers after the indictment decided that they would cooperate. The other officers realized then that the case had reached a point where it was almost a sure conviction if they went to court. At that point, they made a decision to take flight.
Armando Garcia disappeared in May of 1987. He is 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighs 185 pounds, and has brown hair and brown eyes. Garcia was born in Cuba, but police now fear he may have slipped away to South America. He is married and is known to have 2 young daughters, ages 3 and 4. Authorities are also seeking Garcia's father, Toribio Dagoberto Garcia. He is 55 years old, balding, and has brown eyes. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs 170 pounds. A third suspect wanted in this case is Victor Zapata, another former officer. Zapata is 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighs 175 pounds, and has brown hair and brown eyes.
I have no idea. It looks like that's a road.
2 friends turn out to be brother and sister.
Yeah. Getting a few clues, but not a lot. There's a road. Oh. Traffic, and that's the end of the road.
So I thought of doing the red, yellow bit, or yellow or not slash orange bit.
That's the lamp post. There you go.
Miraculously, the drivers survived the crash, but both passengers were killed instantly. Faith Brown was dead at the age of 26.
Have to see. No, that isn't right. Didn't think it was. Look at the way the angle the road's going.
Under the age of 10. The untimely death of Faith Brown.
Well, I think that goes there.
Complicated lives of her 4 sons and 3 daughters.
Think.
2 divorces, and now the fatal
Nope,
car
it doesn't.
scattered the children to 5 different families. It seemed they would be separated forever, until a young woman named April Curtis, who had been adopted as a child, set out to find her biological parents. In 1992, April was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, a hereditary disease. Concerned about her own children's health, April began her search, one with more than its share of surprises. It all started in the records office.
I want to know what it is now.
County, Michigan.
I told them that I knew my name was Michelle Brown at birth, and that my birthday was September 18th, 1961, and I was adopted, and I'd like any information available on my adoption.
And there's another child named Brown.
I kind of glanced over and I seen the name
That
like
ain't right.
right underneath
Is
mine,
it?
and so I knew I had a
Oh yeah, it is. The park goes off that way. Ah, so that bit must go. So you're missing that stripy bit.
April petitioned the
That
county
it?
judge for access to the information. 3 days later, she received this letter. It contained the astonishing revelation that April
Piecing
had
it
forged her
together.
sister. However, the key details that allow her to find them had been omitted. April Curtis was trapped in a bureaucratic catch-22.
I was a little bit upset that there wasn't more information released on the other brothers and sisters. We're all over the legal age, and it's, you know, we're all mature adults now, and we should be able to handle it. And I was a little bit upset that they wouldn't give us any more than they did, but yet thankful that they at least give me that much.
That then.
Mike Galloway, the
Yep.
husband of April's best friend Dan,
There you
had
go.
also been adopted.
You get in there.
Especially curious about April's investigation.
Later. I mean, I knew that my birth name was Brown, but they weren't willing to divulge any other names.
Your birth name is Brown?
Yeah.
That's funny. My adopted parents told me my birth name is Brown.
Oh, you're kidding.
Could I see the letter?
Sure.
So it is
Mike
like
the
a
letter,
road
he looked
coming
at it
round.
in the paragraph where it said I had a brother born in Owasso in 1960. He kind of looked over the top of the letter and said, I was born in Owasso in 1960, and my last name was Brown. We thought it would be funny if we were brother and sister, but we really didn't think that was a possibility.
Brown's a common name.
Like that.
That was brought up. It's just like Smith or Jones or
Nope.
you know, any other common name like that. So I'm the type of person that likes to see things in writing or in my face before I actually settle down and
No.
believe that it's true.
The next morning, April met Mike and Deb at their house. Mike's adoptive parents had often told him that he had a sister named Michelle.
Wait a minute. Did you say your sister's name was Michelle?
Yeah.
Michael, my real name is Michelle Brown.
We knew it had to be that we were brother and sister. We jumped up and we hugged each other, and Deb and just said, I can't believe I've known you for
It's
8 years,
difficult.
and now I find out you're my brother.
With no
This
picture.
is too wild.
I'm kind of glad that April and I didn't meet first and then start dating, you know, and end up getting married or something, because that would have been kind of shocking to have kids with your own sister, I suppose.
Mike and April matched information from the county files with recollections primarily from Mike's adopted parents. Soon a picture began to emerge of their birth mother, Faith Marie Brown.
Come on, we really need to talk about this now.
Not in here.
When she was just 16 years old, Faith had dropped out of high school to be married. By the time she was 20, she already had 4 children, including twin boys. Faith would lose them all when her young marriage ended in divorce.
What are you talking about?
They're coming with me, and if you try to fight me, Faith, I will take you to court.
At the heart of the conflict was her husband's belief that another man had fathered the twins.
Why are you doing this?
Because I want to do what's best for the kids.
Mike and April would later learn that their father was yet another man, 25 years older than their mother.
From what we know, our mother had a very hard time at anything she ever done. She had kids one right after the other, and like she wasn't responsible for them. She would give them up for adoption, or they would eventually be taken away. I don't think she could really handle the responsibilities of having them kids.
In 1962, Michigan Social Services took custody of April and Michael. 3 months later, their father and Faith had another daughter, Shannon. After Faith died, Shannon was put up for adoption when the records sealed in county files.
You can see my family now.
We believe that a gentleman by the name of Mr. Dennis is our father, and as far as we know or been able to find out, he is still alive. We'd like to be able to get in touch with him, more or less to say hi and see what kind of person he's like. But if he doesn't want, even if he doesn't want a relationship with us, we would still at least like a chance to say hello.
It's pretty frustrating because we have a lot of little pieces of information, and it's like a puzzle that's missing half the pieces. I think it was fate that brought April and I together. I hope it's fate that brings April and I and our other brothers and sisters together.
Living in
Oh,
a
now
small
this is
town like we do,
interesting.
we've wondered if some of the people we've met may be related to us, and we never knew it.
No.
We've had people say, do you have a sister that lives in St. John? Because you sure remind me of somebody. Oh, before I'd say no, not that I know of. Well, now I can't say that.
No.
I may have.
Together, April and Mike tried to locate their five now siblings, William, Wanda, Shannon,
Yes.
and twins Keith and Kenneth. But none of their needs
That's
met
that way.
until the night of our broadcast. That evening, 4 of Faith Brow's missing children were watching. All 5 contacted our phone center within 24 hours. April and Michael quickly made plans to host a remarkable family reunion. They would soon be face to face with 2 sisters and 3 brothers who until recently they didn't even know existed. The first to arrive were William, Shannon, and Wanda.
When we started hugging, didn't want to stop. It was like seeing old friends or something. It was overwhelming, joyous, happy. A whole bunch of emotions all wrapped up in one.
When I hugged April, it was something.
Showing
I
it
don't
that
know what
way,
it
isn't
was.
it?
It was just
Yeah.
I felt something.
Right, I've done all that.
And I noticed she keeps looking at me, and I keep looking at her, and it's just strange to look like somebody.
When Kenneth and Keith showed up, the reunion was complete. For Mike Galloway, it was a moment he thought might never arrive.
You obviously missed a few pieces, haven't you?
Mhm. Yeah, it's probably one of that lot. But hey ho, look.
Yeah, so the sun's shining through here.
Yeah.
You can see now. So what the hell's this? I think I know what it is. Is it the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
The party exceeded everyone's wildest
I don't know.
It looks like
a
it.
total of 33 family members present. It's one of Unsolved Mysteries' largest reunions ever.
I don't know, but it's. We got that part.
Because it's a part of Mom.
That was my guess.
And now, with all the brothers and sisters being together.
I don't know. You never know.
Never know on these things, but that is how we started it. Well, how I started. How I started it.
We don't know.
We don't know what that is for yet. When we get the other pieces, when I try and get the ones for the, there might be some in here in this random box. So I'll have another look. But yeah, it is a good start. It's a brilliant start.
Yeah.
Now we're curious.
I'm sorry, but I just think it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The way that's leaning.
Could be. I don't know. It might be. Who knows? There's no box.
No picture. It might be, it might not be.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing actually, I don't think there's anything around it. And there's buildings all on this side.
I don't know, I haven't got a clue.
We'll find out.
Oh yeah, eventually. But it's a start. So, I will be live later on. We're going to play some Wheel of Fortune. It'll be fun. It's going to be fun. So I'll see you guys later on. Thank you so much for joining us.
See you later, Rocket.
See you all later. See you later, Rocket. Bye, everybody.